Hi everybody, I'm Ryan McCoy with the Real McCoy Group of Coldwell Banker. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about first-time home buyers and why investing at the beach is so great, and also about families with kids and why buying here at the beach is such a great investment for you. So I personally grew up here. I absolutely loved it when I was a kid. I've been here since I was 9 years old, and when I was 14 I was able to get my first job down at the beach. My parents would drop me off early in the morning before they had to go to work. I was able to enjoy the beach, go to work, and then enjoy the beach once I was off of work. But first-time home buyers, it's also such a great investment here at the beach because you don't have to worry too much about resale value because our homes continue to go up in value because we're a resort-style area. I personally bought my first house here at the beach. I originally was in Plantation Lakes. I think that is a fantastic community for any first-time home buyers. We have a big community with lots of different age ranges in there, but a lot of amenities. So if you have kids, it's also a great spot to be. You're close to all the beaches. If you wanted to go to Rehoboth, Bethany, or Ocean City, or Fenwick, you're able to in 30 to 35 minutes depending on traffic. But if you don't want to go and deal with the traffic like July 4th weekend, I know I always like to hide in the neighborhood. Now the neighborhood is busy sometimes, but you have 3 pools to choose from, a couple of fitness centers, some clubhouses, all sorts of different options for you and your kids. You have a lot of walking trails through there. It's just a great neighborhood for families with kids or for first-time home buyers. Couple of tips and tricks for first-time home buyers. It really depends on where you're looking around here. A lot of our neighborhoods are set up for second homeowners or vacation homes because the lots are going to be a little bit smaller, it's going to be a little bit closer together, and sometimes the HOA fees are high. The HOA fees are higher because they cover a lot of things. Sometimes they cover lawn care, all the amenities obviously, but also sometimes they include exterior maintenance. If you're living here full-time, that may not be something that you're looking for. Second homeowners like it because when they're not here, they don't have to worry about anything. But if you're looking for something that you want to take care of on your own and you want to enjoy it and be able to maintain the home by yourself, it is important that you know a couple of the neighborhoods around here that have that option for you. There's 5 things that I want to go over that are important to know before you start hammering down and really looking at some listings. So the first thing is you want to know your budget. So sometimes you can get pre-approved for say $500,000, but you're not necessarily comfortable with a $500,000 monthly payment. So monthly payment is always going to be the most important things, and you'll want to learn about HOA fees as well. HOA fees are a big part of that number because sometimes you're going to look at a house that has a $400 a month HOA, and the same house one neighborhood over may only have a $50 a month HOA. So it's just important to know your budget and know what that monthly payment's going to look at beforehand. The second thing is working with a local realtor, somebody that knows the area. It's very important to work with them because they know where you want to look. They know some secret spots that maybe not everybody wants to look at. One of the things that we always talk about is the zip code of Frankford. Frankford is, it backs right up to Bethany Beach. You can be 5 minutes from the beach in some parts of Frankford, but you can also be 40 minutes from the beach in other parts. So it's important to know where you're looking, and it's not always about the zip code, but it's about where you want to be located. Third thing would be considering resale value. So at the beach, we do tend to hold resale value here because we are a second home area, so a lot of these houses are still moving year-round. Winter we get a little bit slow, but in the summer months, everybody wants to buy a beach home. But it's great for first-time buyers and families buying here at the beach because you don't necessarily have to worry too much about your resale value. Typically, prices are going to continue to go up here at the beach. But one thing to look at is that homes with a lot of amenities or in a newer community, a sought-after community, those tend to hold resale value just a little bit better. The fourth thing is attending open houses around the area. A lot of people don't necessarily like to attend open houses, but open houses are a great opportunity for you guys to just go out and about and explore the area. You get to explore different communities, you get to explore different houses, kind of get an idea what you're looking for, what size may work for you. You may be looking for a 3-bedroom, but in the end you need a 4-bedroom. Maybe you need a home office. But it's great to just explore open houses because there's no obligation when you show up. You can just show up, look around the house, take a look at the community, and get an idea of really what you're looking for. The fifth thing that we saw a little bit during COVID was home inspections. I never recommend skipping home inspections, even if the house is brand new. Home inspections are going to tell you everything that's wrong with the house. It's not necessarily something to be scared of, but it tells you everything that you need to know. So if there's minor things, weekend projects that need to be done with the house, or if there's major structural issues. And a lot of times what will happen in the home inspection report is they'll call out something, but they'll just say it needs to be looked at further. And it doesn't always mean that the house is falling down. You could have somebody look at it and say, oh no, that's fine. But it's important to get a home inspection, always recommend them, and be there with the home inspector, and he's going to explain things to you and just everything about the house that you need to know. When you're looking at homes in the area, you want to look at some desirable features. So there's a lot of things that people are looking for when they come to the beach, and this is going to protect your resale value. When I purchased my first home, I looked in Plantation Lakes, which I think is just a fantastic community. They're still building in there. At the end of it, it will have 3 clubhouses, 3 pools, 3 fitness centers. They have tennis, all sorts of different amenities there, a golf course, plenty of walking trails, and it's just a beautiful community with a great location. Other things to consider are the style of the house and the modern kitchen and bathroom. So right now what we're seeing is that houses that are a little bit dated aren't necessarily selling as well. So having an upgraded kitchen, maybe a newer house or just a house that's been renovated with a newer kitchen, newer bathrooms, those tend to sell just a little bit better than the others. And the other thing is an open concept. Open concepts are selling very well right now. The old traditional style floor plans don't sell as well right now, but they still have a niche market for that. You also want to look at storage space around here. So we don't necessarily have basements. At the beach, it's tough to find areas with basements. There are some areas in Millsboro, Lewis, Milton. Some of those areas will have a basement, but storage space is very important. So having a garage or having a shed, having just something where you can put all that beach gear so when you're selling, you don't have to worry about storage space. You also want to look for houses with durable materials. So vinyl siding is great. Composite decking is another thing that's great. So I'm talking about all this outdoor living space. Wood decks are great if they're taken care of. They were used a lot in the early 2000s, and if they've been painted and well taken care of, you have no problem. But composite decking does tend to hold up a little bit better. Salt air can be rough on the homes, so just looking for these items is very important when you're buying your first house. Living in Coastal Delaware is about more than just the house. It's about the lifestyle around here. So we have plenty of water access. So if you like kayaking, bringing your dog and kids to the water, there's plenty of areas around here that have water access if you want to just dip your toes in the water, maybe sit in the sand for a bit. I always like enjoying a pizza on the beach. That's always a great option for you. The culinary scene here is also truly amazing. We have tons of local restaurants here that are open year-round, and a lot of people, that's the other thing, is a lot of people think we're just a summer town. We're not. We have plenty of restaurants and a lot of activities going around off-season here at the beach, and the culinary scene, like I said, it's amazing. So there's restaurants that are open year-round that you get to go enjoy, and they do off-season specials, which, you can't beat that. Not only is the lifestyle incredible here at the beach, but we also don't have sales tax, and our property taxes are a lot lower than our neighboring states. I truly enjoy living here at the beach. I think it's a great spot for families with kids to come down, and they get to enjoy the beach in the summer times when they're all from school, but they also have plenty to do. They can get their first jobs here at the beach, and also first-time homebuyers. It's a great spot to invest because resale value is typically protected here at the beach because we're more of a resort-style community. But there's so much to do here, and the lifestyle is just so hard to beat. When you're coming from these larger cities, it really just slows down. It's a different pace. You're essentially living at the spot that people vacation at, and it's just, you can't beat that. If you want to learn more about buying your first house down here at the beach, just give us a call. My contact information is going to be at the end of this video.